Hi there, I'm Dr. Jen, and today's burning business question is all about communication. All about communication. A new and an old employee in conflict. Now, I want to clarify something really simple here. I did my doctorate on intergenerational communication, and so when this question asks a new and an old employee are having conflict, that doesn't mean that the new employee is young and the old employee is older chronologically. It could be the other way around. It could be the new employee is an older person and the older employee is a younger person. And maybe that's why there's conflict. Maybe these people are the same age. They're just new to the company. So I just want to clarify that if you're saying new and old doesn't necessarily mean age. It doesn't necessarily mean anything other than the experience in the company. So here's the trick. What do you do if you've got two employees, regardless of their experience, conflicting? Well, how long have they been working together? Have they ever connected? Have they ever sat down and actually learned how to read each other in communications? Has one just been tasking the other and then there's now building resentment? I don't know. But here's what you can do. If you're just dealing with these two employees and there seems to be a personality conflict, there's a couple things you can do. First thing, send them to lunch. You heard me. Send them to lunch. Send them to lunch with like 4 or 5 questions that they've got to ask each other. This is designed to get the conversation going, that they can start telling their story and they can start connecting with each other and realizing that the other person is actually trying to do something good too. I don't know. But here's the trick. It might backfire. You might get the employees coming back. They're all mad. It may not work. So the lunch thing may work for you, but if it doesn't, here's another thing. There's a little Dr. Jen love here. There may be a bigger problem going on in your company. If this is one thing that's going on, I suggest that you as the business owner zoom out a little bit and look at the bigger picture. I suspect that this conflict is probably there's probably something going on that's bigger in your team, not just with these two employees. So we might need to do some team building exercises. You might need to invest in some kind of a consultant or some kind of a facilitator. That would be well worth your time, well worth your money to have some team building. The other thing that you might want to look at is if you don't have a board of directors for your company, I highly suggest that you consult one. Now, we can talk about boards of directors. We can talk about who should be on your board and why they should be on your board. If you do have a board of director, perfect. Consult your board of directors. There is a couple of people on that board that cares about your company and they probably have some good business experience. This is probably not the only time that their corporate culture is in question. So I suspect that it's not just about these two employees having some kind of a conflict. I suspect this might be a bigger problem. If the lunch idea solves it, great. It was a personality conflict and they've kind of resolved it. Now everybody's happy and lovey-dovey, great. If it doesn't take care of it, then you might have a bigger problem. I know that's not what you wanted to hear. Also, one final piece of Dr. Jen advice. When you are hiring your employees, make sure that you're clear on your job descriptions. You make sure that whatever their duties are, whatever you expect, their goals to uphold the mission of the company, all of these different things are specific. Then you transfer that into an offer or to a job posting and you hire for that job description. I suspect one of the reasons why there's some conflict is either there's some overlap of job duties, job descriptions, or there is some confusion between the two things. In the event that you've got a person and a job description mismatch, one of two things has to change. Either you've got to change out the person that's doing the job, or you've got to alter their job description. It's one or the other. My recommendation to business owners is you create the job that you need and then you hire for that job. Don't find the person that's perfect and create the job description to fit that, because guess what? Most of the time it's not going to be everything that you as the business owner need. Now, I'm not the only voice here. If you've got something else to say, please chime into this conversation about employees and conflict and company culture. I want to hear more about this. You can email me at drjen@wholenewhome.com. That's Jen with one N. Chime into this conversation. I'm sure this is not the only conflict area that's going on in the business world right now, especially for creative entrepreneurs. I want to hear from you. Thanks, I'm Dr. Jen.